Vanessa here, reporting from the Canadian African Summit. So, with us today, now, at this moment, we have Franca Ciabella. Am I saying it right?
Perfect.
Thank you. So, as you know, I'm your faithful reporter, and I will make sure we capture everything that is happening here on the back end. Our dear Franca spoke about Passport to Prosperity, so connecting fintechs across Africa and Canada. Now, I'm going to go over a few questions so you have an idea of what was discussed as well during our session. Hi, Franca. Thank you so
Hi.
much for being with us.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for asking me.
Thank you. So, what brought you to this very first summit in Toronto?
Right. I work as a lawyer in Lagos, Nigeria. And one of the projects I was working on was the initial stages of trying to do passporting or harmonization of laws and regulations that apply to fintechs. So, in summary, what that would entail is if you're licensed in one country in Africa, you would be recognized and licensed in other countries. So, that would mean you could work all over Africa as a fintech. So, it was in my capacity with that project that the organizers approached me and asked me to come and speak.
Oh, this is phenomenal. If there's one challenge, we've heard it from previous speakers, is moving across countries, right?
Yes.
Cross countries collaboration. So I have a question for you. What is one successful example of cross-border fintech collaboration?
Yes. So I can think of a company that had a payment platform that is specially tailored to traders. And they created a very easy way to move money from the traders to suppliers. And it was mainly for the traders to be able to purchase, outside the country. And the elements of that, what made that very successful was the people. Was having, energetic, very enthusiastic partners in the countries where they were going to operate that helped with marketing, that helped with the setup, the licensing, etc. So that was one that I felt worked very, very well. The technology was homegrown. Most of the R&D was done in the home country, but because of the people network, it worked very well.
Oh, phenomenal. So this is one thing that we definitely need when it comes to fintech is local adoption. Another question. So what are the regulatory challenges in connecting fintech across continents?
Right. So some of the regulatory challenges include the criteria that you need to meet in order to operate in other countries. So each country has its own laws, its own set of standards. For example, minimum capitalization, use of local labor, how you set up, what kind of legal entity you set up or you have to set up in order to operate, which agency you need to register with and get permission from. So there are some challenges in that respect if you have to keep doing it over and over again for every country you go to. And the result is that it becomes less inclusive because the smaller fintechs can't afford to pay for all of that, and not just financially, but also in commitment of labor to do that. Your employees have to be dedicated to completing all the forms, going through all the process when they could otherwise be working on marketing or R&D. So there are quite a few obstacles that way.
Yeah. And how do we go about overcoming those obstacles today?
Right. So we have as an example the agreement between Ghana and Rwanda for the reciprocal recognition of licenses. And so that means if you're set up in Rwanda, then you can operate in Ghana without having to be licensed all over again. So those are the only two countries in Africa that have it so far. But with the passporting project, we hope to develop a protocol where you would be recognized all over Africa.
Right.
And then it's my hope that once you have that set up for Africa, then you can get bilateral recognition with a country like Canada.
That's right.
So then you take it transcontinental.
Phenomenal. So you do understand things are moving within the fintech industry. And today's summit, we are actually covering everything from the technology to the regulatory and all the way to the legal. Thank you so much for being
Thank
with us,
you. It's my
Franca.
pleasure.
Thank you
Thank you.
again. Have an excellent day.
Thank you very much.